Welcome to Montgomery County Master Gardeners Association. We're here to share expert advice, practical tips, and local insights to help your garden grow and thrive.
Hi, my name is Merrie Decker, and we are presently in the concrete jungle. That's what my area is called. And I have 10 beds, and I'm going to walk you through and show you a little bit about what we're doing here. So right next to me is San Joaquin pepper. It is a hot pepper, just like a jalapeno. They will grow all season long until the first frost and continue to produce. They love the heat. Right next to them is the Mad Hatter. Now this is a really cool looking pepper. Let me pick one just to show you what it looks like. It's a Mad Hatter pepper, similar to a bell pepper, but we think they're really cute. They also will produce all summer long and into the fall. So peppers is something you can still plant now, but you would need to buy the plant, not plant the seed, okay? We have a lot of tomatoes too. We're getting close to the end of tomato season here in this hot Montgomery County weather we're having. These are all dwarf tomatoes, okay? I have 3 varieties in here, and what I mean by dwarf is they don't get very tall. So it's a bush type tomato that has been hybridized so that it will stay shorter, and it has been producing. Last week, we got 61 pounds of tomatoes from my tomato bushes. One thing you need to know about tomatoes is that the bloom will not set when the temperatures at night get in the mid to upper 70s. So we're about there now. I woke up this morning, it was in the high 70s. So you may get flowers, but the flowers won't set and turn into a tomato when the temperature gets really hot at night, okay? You can keep it alive all summer if you want, and then into the fall it will start producing again. But typically we take all our tomatoes out sometime this month, and then we'll plant something else, okay? So moving on, let's just go over here. Last week, we planted these sweet potato slips. So something you can grow now is sweet potatoes, okay? I planted these last week. This is Georgia Jet. So I have half a bed here. As you can see, these are the sweet potatoes. They are a vine. They love the heat and the summer. This is something you can plant now. You can plant it in July. It takes 100 to 120 days to harvest a sweet potato. And it will take over the entire bed. It will actually spill over the side, and we'll have to trim it to keep it where we want it to stay. Our corn here is tasseling, as you can see. This is a sweet corn. It's still kind of young. I have a few ears here, and you have to plant it close enough to where the tassels can be pollinated. Every little silk here on the corn has to be pollinated in order to have a kernel. Okay, cool fact about corn. Moving along here, I have a tunnel area. So this is our tunnel area here, and I planted a vining tomato. So this vining tomato is Ruby Dawn. She has really produced well for us. We trained her up the trellis. As you can see, there's a piece of orange twine here. See that? That is used to hold her up, because normally tomatoes, they don't grow little tendrils and climb. So we just train her up so she'll have a place to flourish, and she's done really well. This plant here is African blue basil. I plant it for the bees. If whatever you're producing or growing needs bees for pollination, this will attract the bees. I call it a bee magnet. It's African blue basil. Smells wonderful. You can cook with it. It's not quite as tasty as the Genevieve basil, but you still can cook with it, okay? In my little cinder block beds here, I have what we call multiplying onions. Here's a cool thing about multiplying onions. Let me just pull this bunch out and show it to you. It's a very small onion. It's not a bulb onion. And each little piece here is an onion. And if you plant one, it will multiply and make a bunch. So it's very handy to have in your garden because you can have them all year long. They will bloom. You can cut the blooms off. but it's a really nice way to have onions year-round. You can take this little one here, put her back in the ground, and she will multiply. In a few months, she'll look like this. So that is multiplying onions. Let's move over here. I have eggplant. Eggplant is something else you can plant in the summer. Loves the heat. I have 3 varieties. Look at that beautiful purple flower. This first one is called Ping Tong, and it looks like this. Beautiful purple. Eggplant are also in the nightshade family. And in case you didn't know, the plants have families. So the tomatoes, peppers, and eggplant are all nightshade, okay? I do think that the eggplant have the most beautiful flowers though. The third one is Fairy Tale. She's so pretty. Look at those pretty little bunches. They don't get much bigger than this at all. Isn't that cute? The last one is an heirloom, a very old variety. It is called LA Green. Looks like this. It's green. It will not turn purple. You can eat it just like that. Next, I have cucumbers. Let me see if I can find one. They do make tendrils, and they do climb up my trellis, and they also climb out. So they climb everywhere. So the cucumbers do need to be pollinated. Another reason, see the flower? The flower has to be pollinated in order to have cucumbers. So I need bees for my cucumbers. They like to hide, but they are down in here. Here's one right here. And if you don't get out daily and check your cucumbers, you'll end up with very large cucumbers. That is an English sweet long cucumber there. And they will grow until about midsummer. You can still plant cucumbers now, but if it does get too hot, they really don't like the hot summer heat. But they might, they might make it for a little bit.
Okay.
I have another bed of corn here. So that's the same as the other one. I do have pole beans. They're almost finished, but not quite. Here, let me move this out of the way. These are green beans, so they need a trellis. You can see the little white flowers. Everywhere there's a flower, there'll be a bean. I could find you a bean. They may have already been picked. It's a little too late to plant green beans now. We plant them in March. Okay, it's kind of a cooler season plant. But other things you could plant now would be okra, and you could plant sweet potatoes, and I call them purple hull peas. Any type of pea that is a summer pea, a Crowder pea, you can plant peas now. I think that's about it, unless you have any questions.
Thank you.
You're welcome.